Another day, another couch session, and this time I actually have my very, very first guest. And you guys, I'm so excited because middle school me is like raving. This is my like fashion icon since I was like in middle school, and now that we're friends, it's super exciting. And please welcome Aya Houdi. Aya, welcome to Beaches and Matcha.
You're overwhelming me with these compliments. Like middle school, you was screaming. I looked like a troll in middle school.
Middle school me.
No, actually.
And I looked at you and I was like, I need Christian Louboutins for my sweet 16.
Oh my god.
You and your friends, by the way. No, I'm not even kidding. Zeka, looking at you guys, I was like, this is style.
Oh my god. My mom had a mental breakdown for my 16th birthday. I got the highest pair that they had. She was like, no.
And that's the one I got because of you.
Did you really get it?
I got the beige big ones. I was like, Sandy is going to definitely wear them. Never wore them.
What a disaster. But whatever, they were a look to have in your closet.
They were perfect. And I even like, not being a stalker, but I used to go on Facebook and see your pictures from your sweet 16. Were you wearing blue?
I was wearing a dark green and
green?
It was so ugly.
The one where everyone was wearing white and you were just wearing blue.
Oh, I was wearing purple. That was my sweet 15.
Oh my god, those photos killed me. I was like, this is the type of party I need for my life. That's Aya Houdi's introduction to middle school.
Guys.
She's obviously way more than that. Like she went to culinary school, went to Parsons School of Design, and now you're back in Jeddah. Are you a chef now?
I am a chef.
That's so much fun.
Not a chef in practicing right now, but I am a corporate chef.
Okay.
So basically, I source items for our company.
Nice.
Pastry items, and we're seeing what new products this market needs and wants, which is so cool because you know Saudi's booming right now.
Saudi's booming, and I think you're on the curve. My dad calls it the hospitality
100%.
jump. So you're on this jump as well.
Inshallah. Yeah.
And what made you decide that the culinary world is for you? Like take me back to when you were in uni or whenever that spark hit and you're like, oh my God, food is for me.
So my family has been in food all my life. So I've always been around food. I'm such a foodie. And specifically whenever I would travel or whenever I would go anywhere, all my friends would ask for my recommendations in food. So it just fit. But specifically the culinary course was basically my dad and my brother. They were like, if you want to join the family company, you need to go in this route. So I wanted to go into fashion initially.
Okay.
And then my dad was like,
of course you should. Middle school, maybe you're like, why aren't you doing fashion?
Literally same. So my dad was like, do you want to be invited to these events or do you want to stand at the door at the events? Because what they're paying in fashion is not going to buy you clothes and shoes. So it's time for you
to find something.
Exactly. So he's like, come join us, do your thing, get a culinary degree, and then you can do fashion on the side or you can buy whatever you want, which is
fair enough. It's more stylish to actually you have now money to actually be more stylish than to be someone's bitch at Chanel.
Basically.
Not Chanel.
Not Chanel. No Chanel.
No, not now.
Although I had a browse the other day just for looksies.
Listen, just to look is just something.
Yes, but no buying.
We didn't bring it home.
Nope.
But fair. Nope. So what would you, because obviously style icon, and I honestly agree. Even
as I'm wearing sweatpants,
no, when you walked in the door, I was
disaster.
Oh my god, what am I wearing? I need to go fix my hair. So I was like, okay, no, you look fantastic. So what inspires you today? What is the 2024 trend that you look at right now and you're like, okay, this is gonna last for a little bit of time?
I never really was into much trends. I just like to wear what makes me feel good and just what I vibe with.
What you do, this is your life. Just chill. What would you say is your style basically?
Kind of like a mix. Well, old me style. So when you were telling me about middle school style, it was a mix of Lil Wayne.
It was.
Yes, he was my obsession.
With the Uggs. You guys used to wear Uggs.
Yes, and I would have grills made out of the foil. The ones in the kitchen. I swear, I thought I was in Young Money. And then also a mix of Gossip Girl. So somewhere in between that, which those two don't make sense.
You found the middle, Aya. You found the middle of being Lil Wayne,
little niche.
Blair Wall.
Yes.
Little Blair Waldorf decided to go and party with a rapper.
Basically. So I feel my style is still that till now. I don't really have one specific category that I completely fit into. But just
you do your thing.
I do my thing. Yeah, I don't really care what anyone says, to be honest.
So how do you deal with that? I know on your TikTok you review a lot of things and I'm sure you see a lot of comments. How do you deal with hate or how do you deal with when people give you opinions that you just couldn't care less of?
So at the beginning, I used to get offended. Why are you guys why are you not understanding my point? Why do you I would get irritated that someone doesn't understand where, like that someone misunderstood me. But now I realize that with hate comes engagement and higher views. So like
100%.
hate me all you want. I actually like to say controversial things sometimes because like that's what's gonna get going.
Honestly, and they're the things that stick out. Like when you say on your TikTok, you're like, ugh, like don't go here. Or like I remember like watching your TikToks and you'd be like, ugh, not for me, guys. Like I'd rather just go here. I was like, yes, queen. Like,
Oh yeah,
go up.
no, I don't care.
Good.
Like I have opinions and I'm gonna state them, and that's why I don't make money off of my TikTok because I always want it to be honest. Because I don't know if you realize, listen, I'm all for anyone getting their bag. Like if you're making money as an influencer, do you?
Do.
But at the same time, a lot of times I would go to places that were recommended by influencers and they're garbage. So it's like, okay, I need someone that I trust, that I can also like see on social media that I know has like kind of similar opinions to me. So that's why when people ask me, do you make money from your social media? I say no, and I don't plan to.
Good. Because it's
soon.
honestly, it's for you at the end of the day.
It's
Like
just for fun.
it's for fun, and now like we can actually trust your opinions. Do you ever get invited somewhere, or
I do.
Okay, and when you go, and let's say that the food isn't like up to your par or your standards, and you make a review, do you still kind of like not be as harsh? Like, let's say the pasta wasn't up to your standards, you'd be like, oh, I avoid talking about it.
So basically, I always give a restaurant, even if they didn't invite me, I always give them 2 chances. I never just judge off of 1 chance if it's negative.
Fair.
And I never, unless I have like a racist experience in France or something like that, I never
What happened to you in France?
I don't know, just like French people. Although I still, it's like a toxic relationship. I love
you
France.
love them. It's
Yeah.
just like
It's
we
just
love
like whatever
them.
they do to me, I'm still like, I'm running back to you.
I love that restaurant.
Basically like a toxic ex, I'm running back to you.
Please.
Yeah. So what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
You were saying that like how if you give a restaurant like twice.
Right. So even if they invite me, I tell them right away, like, listen, an invitation doesn't mean a video. That's number 1. And it doesn't mean like a positive review. So a lot of times, like let's say 70% of the times they stop replying to that message.
No way.
Which is a red flag, you know?
That's such a red flag. It's like, no, I want you to come to enjoy the food.
Exactly. Like, no, we're confident, like actually come and try. Exactly. But no,
Confidence is
like
key.
I never like went somewhere and like lied because they invited me. No.
Good.
I mean, it's just a meal.
It's just a meal.
I'm gonna get
Yani, the worst thing ever. I feel like what would happen, let's say that you like didn't review a meal up to their standards. I feel like I would still go to try it.
like
Personally.
like if it was still like bad.
Like if you told me the restaurant like Sophia's Bistro, which by the way I love. Like,
I love to.
Like no hate, just love. Like let's say you told me like the pasta was weird. I honestly am the type of person that would go be like I know that Aya went here. I want to try it out.
But you want to try, yeah.
Yeah. So
100%, because by the way, people have different experiences. And let me tell you something about restaurants, especially in the Middle East. Consistency is an issue because we don't have a lot of the products grown here, which I understand. Like we're in the distribution business. Like it's difficult to source things. So a lot of times, one day it's super good and one day it's not. So like each person has to try on their own. Like if I think it's good, you think it's bad. Like we don't have to be mortal enemies. Like calm down. And that's what happens on TikTok sometimes. It's like, no, like I went there and it was the best thing I ever had. How could you say this? Like, okay, that's amazing for you. I love that you had a great experience.
But
like,
I just
didn't. Yeah.
No, I swear I get you. Like some restaurants, I like think about in my head. I'm like, this is the best place. Every time I land in Beirut, I have to go to Baron. You been? I love Baron. The cauliflower salad, the one that like.
Yum. And there was like the cheese and they put honey on it. What was it? What type
I didn't
of cheese?
try that.
It was so good. Yeah, Lebanon has bomb food.
No, Lebanon
honestly.
has great food.
Other than like the electricity cuts off every 5 minutes and you might get food poison. But
listen,
it's
just like
all
move
good.
past it.
Yeah.
I used to live in
Just
Switzerland.
build your immunity system.
Just build it. I remember every summer that I would come between like my semesters in Switzerland, I would just always get sick because my body was so used to like having a
Swiss
clear
cleanliness.
Swissness. Now I come back and I'm like, Mom, I'm sick. She's like,
Literally.
that's because you ate lettuce.
Yeah. My mom now, I have a wedding in Beirut, she was like, don't eat tabbouleh.
Lettuce.
I'm like, calm down. I'm not going to eat salad. Like, chill.
Don't worry. I'm like, wow, my immune system is so great. Or is it that bad?
I'm gone.
But okay, so tell me, what was the best, like top of your head right now, what was the best like review that you had ever done because you actually enjoyed the food and the service?
Best review that I've ever done? Oh, it's a hotel in Morocco. the Royal Mansour.
Oh my God, is that where like Anna Delvey
No,
stayed?
that was in Mamunia, whatever you want to call it. That's also was a great restaurant
It looked
and great
great.
hotel. Yeah, it's amazing. But no, Royal Mansour is another one. Perfect service. It's beautiful. It's like a huge Riyadh. Like it's insane. And I'm obsessed with Marrakesh. Like it's one of my top places to go to. And everything was perfect. No, really. It was my top review actually.
Okay, we love
Yeah.
that. Okay, so there. Worst place. Like, what do you look back and you're like, oh.
Ugh, a lot. But I think one of the worst places, just because they didn't know how to deal with the situation, was Koya in Monaco. I had an allergy reaction.
No.
And basically, the hospitals and pharmacies were closed.
Yeah, welcome to Europe.
Like, welcome to Monaco, apparently. And the police escorted me to the pharmacy, and we had to wake up the pharmacist because he was asleep, and the pharmacy was like attached to his house. And then he came down so grumpy. I'm like, sorry, I'm
Sorry,
gonna
I'm about to
die.
die.
Like, I'm really sorry. Your nap was like destroyed, but like,
like,
I
I'm
can't
gonna-
breathe.
I'm gonna fucking die if you don't just give me shit.
Literally. And like the waiters were like, oh yeah, sorry. Like the guy that put nuts, like the guy who took your order, the waiter, it was like a trainee, you know, he comes for the summer. He's like, I don't know, like 15. I'm like, okay, nice. So you're like killing people in the most expensive city in the world, by the way. Like,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I always say that whenever something goes wrong in like any company, I'm like, who left the intern in charge?
Literally.
Who
them.
left the intern in
Koya
charge?
left the intern in charge.
Whenever I see anything, I'm like, anything in the world, like something bad happens, someone like that whole "let me eat cake" comment, you know,
Yeah.
like that was such a bad idea. I was like, who
That's
left
it.
her intern in charge and said, yes, this idea is perfect.
That's so funny.
No.
But you know, interns come up also with the best ideas. I don't know if
They
you
do.
follow like the TikTok accounts like of the plane companies like Ryanair on TikTok. It's
my God.
too good.
I'm
You know, it's
sure
like
interns
the
are in charge of that.
yeah.
Right?
Or like Duolingo on
Oh my
TikTok.
goodness, that's
too good.
so funny. The one with the man in finance, the Duolingo.
yeah.
Oh my God. No,
They're
I
too
think
good.
They come up with great ideas, but you need to watch your intern.
Definitely,
No.
definitely.
If you're gonna like, I remember when I was working as an intern in like real estate, like I also looked like an intern. I used to wear like a little short skirt. I was cute. I was 22. Like I looked young. And I swear to you, they're like, we can't leave this girl with like a $50 million client. I was like, I'll do good. I'll do a good job. They're like, no, we can't risk it. They like, you won't get fired. We will get
I
fired.
love that.
But times, I mean, I never did it.
That's so funny. I remember I was an intern at Zach Posen in New York.
Tell me
and
more.
what's so nice is that he used to be in the office every day, and the atelier was with us, which is so rare nowadays because like most fashion brands manufacture outside or like they don't really have an official atelier. But it was so good and like the funniest experiences. Like I've seen half of the New York models naked.
We love that.
Like yeah, we love to dress them. And by the way, like 50% are so rude. They're actually awful.
You know why they're rude? They're hungry.
They are hungry.
so hungry.
They're hungry.
They're hangry.
They're on a snow diet.
They're
Can I say that? Maybe not.
it's a party.
This is pre-Ozempic.
Pre-Ozempic.
Maybe it would be different now.
Have you
Maybe
seen
they'd be
Black
nicer.
Mirror? Not Black Mirror, sorry, American Horror Story. They basically kind of almost did something like Black Mirror. They call it American Horror Stories. And one of the episodes are only about like the model industry back in like 2012. Like they even put a disclaimer, they're like, this is before like wokeness or whatever.
Yeah.
And like this poor girl ate a tapeworm just to like beat
Stop.
this, like, and you saw how it destroyed her. And I was like, oh my God, like
But
these
you know,
poor girls.
that's actually so sad.
I know.
And like that's why like when someone asks me like what like fashion trends do you like or you dislike, the one thing that I don't like is when bodies are trending. So I don't know if you realize, but like a couple of years ago with like the rise of like Kim K and all the Kardashians, it was so cool to be curvy. That was in like Beyonce. Everybody was like, oh yeah, I want a BBL. You saw all these
Everyone
girls.
got a BBL.
Everybody changed their bodies. That body type was in. And then now, because of like Aussie and like Manjaro and all these
Ozempic.
medicines. Yeah, Aussie, I nicknamed her, you know, to make
Oh,
her sound
that's-
cuter. Sorry.
Aussie.
Yeah, that's what
Aussie
she
was
goes by in
Ozempic.
my house. Yeah. So now it's like cute to be skinny again, and like you know how they like Miu Miu's back with doing like the really small like low waist jean skirts that only fit one specific body type. I'm all down for like any body type, no judgment. Just I hate when it's like in. Like now skinny is in, you
Yeah.
know, but why? It's not possible for some people.
It's
for
not
that to be in,
possible,
you know.
And even like, by the way, like Kim herself, like went from being super hippies
Exactly.
to
She lost
it
a
all
lot of
started
weight.
because of was it last year's Met Gala? No, 2 years ago when she wore the dress Marilyn Monroe.
And she
And
lost
it started from
drastically.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, I get it, and I just don't like. I hate that everyone right now is like following the trend because it is. It's back to what 2001, Paris
Exactly.
Hilton when she was like a super skinny
Sick.
girl. This is
Exactly.
it. But I agree. I actually didn't think about that. You're right. Like now, all the fashion trends are mini skirts
Yeah.
and tiny. Like you have to have like this
Specific body.
like.
But like also when like it was curves, a lot of girls felt like they had to change. Like the very skinny girls who didn't have curves felt like they had to get it. It's like, just do whatever you want to do. Like a body type should never be a trend, in my opinion.
No, 100%. Like I don't think like, it's not fair for body, especially now with like the whole rise of Ozempic. I feel like people are now taking it. Specific people, obviously, not everyone.
Yeah.
Are taking it for the wrong reasons. Like
Yeah.
you need to lose 5 kilos. You're like, oh, خلاص.
Let me just do it. Yeah, so I'm on Aussie, and like I'm very
How is
vocal
it?
about it. I love her. She's my best friend, but I was overweight.
Fair.
Like I wasn't.
Not fair, as in like, yeah.
No, but
you fat
fair.
cow. No, I don't
No,
mean
fair.
anything.
Like I've not struggled with my weight all my life, but I've like always been on the chubbier end all my life, which has never been a problem for me.
You always dress fabulously.
Yeah, like I honestly could care less. Like I could steal your man even in my fattest phase, whoever you are, honestly.
Good.
Yes.
It's about the personality.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, but it is about personality. And like I always tell my mom, I'm like, you know what? Thank God I was fat in school. One, because like I didn't become a hoe because of it. And two, because fat people have the best personalities. Because when we walk into a room, we need something other than the way we look. We need to have, like, you need to be witty. You need to like
Charisma.
have some, exactly, you need to be charming, you need to be charismatic. So like, you know, thank you so Metabolism for building this personality that I now have.
You're welcome. And I used to have an ugly nose. I used to be so ugly in high school. So in my head, I was like, God gave me an ugly nose to humble me.
I love that.
It's just to humble myself. But okay,
Exactly.
take me back to like New York and like how everyone around you were saying that all the models are super skinny and stuff. How was it to live in New York as someone who wasn't there to be a model working in fashion? Like, what did you like? What was the experience like?
It was the best years of my life.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like I can't even put in words what New York meant to me. It's just so freeing. It's the most beautiful city, in my opinion, even though it smells like shit 24
it?
hours. Yes. Have you ever been?
Yeah, I've been like twice, but I went to go visit like Noor, and
Yeah.
I just like felt like everything was okay, and I was like, wow, like it smells okay.
I mean,
Maybe I was on
I think you were
COVID.
sick. Yeah, because like it doesn't smell okay, but like you learn to love it. Honestly, I don't know, but you need to be a city person. So a lot of my friends that would visit me, because we all lived in Montreal, so they would come from Montreal or Toronto to visit me, and it was overwhelming for a lot of them for more than 3 days. But I thrive in that environment. I love the fast pace. Go, go, go. No one looks at you. No one cares. And no matter what you're wearing, no matter what you're doing, a lot of people are weirder and doing something worse than you. So you just like can do
Just
whatever
your
the
thing.
hell you want. And I love that.
I think that's such a freeing experience because you
It is.
just literally, you're Aya Huri in New York, and you're 100% authentically yourself.
100%.
Any weird stories that you found when you were in New York? What happened to you in New York that you were
Oh
like,
my God. Actually, this one was so funny. So I was sitting
me.
in my apartment, and my apartment was like on 5th and 31st Street. Like I was not living in the ghetto. It's literally next to Flatiron
you
and
understand what that
Empire State
means.
Building. Like it's in a prime location, New York City, but oh well. So anyways, I'm chilling. My apartment was on the 7th floor, and I hear like a gunshot or a firework. And I was like, okay, what is that? I look outside of my window and I see a guy wearing like a mask running.
oh,
So I'm like, ooh. And like I was very, very good with like all the concierge downstairs, like we're really cool. So I'm like, you know what? If it's Jessie or if it's Roosevelt, one of them, I'm going to go out with them. So I go downstairs, it's Roosevelt. I'm like, we're going to see what's happening downstairs. I need to know who got shot. And I need to know, do they know each other? Because if they know each other, I'm staying in New York. But if it's random, I'm out.
okay.
So he was like, you know what? Come, let's go. So we go outside. And the guy who got shot, he's not dead, alhamdulillah. Like he's chilling. He only hit his leg, and his crew of friends is around him, and like they're laughing, like they're having a good time. Like he's in a little bit of pain, like
Oh,
like,
he just got a gunshot, but they're like, it's fine,
in his
guys.
thigh, like you're not dead, bro. Like chill. So as he's like getting into the ambulance, Roosevelt was like, bro, like we just want to know, like, do you know him? Like, is this like targeted? Like, do you know they do it? And then his friends were like, yeah, like it's like gang stuff. Like we know each other. Like he's not gonna like shoot you. I was like, okay, grape.
Great.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm fine.
You're fine. So you stayed in New York longer.
So I just stayed. I was like, you know what? I'm good.
This is fine for me. I'm just not gonna get shot.
Literally. And then
Inshallah. La.
actually, there was a lot of scary experiences. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, how did my parents let me stay there? I think I didn't tell them about all these things.
Fair enough.
But one time I was carrying a dress for Gigi Hadid.
Hella, after your subways.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, you were on the subway in New York.
Yeah.
And you were carrying Gigi Hadid's dress because you used to work for a fashion atelier. How cool is that?
I was carrying her dress from the Upper East Side to the Lower East Side where her stylist, her name is Mimi. She's awful also. Don't sue me if you're watching, Mimi.
I doubt she will, but it would be an honor if she did.
But I mean, like, everyone's awful to interns. So, like, that doesn't mean they're a bad person. It's okay.
They're
Anyways,
just used to being awful to interns. It's part of
the
being the
experience.
boss.
100%. I think it is. So I'm holding this huge ass gown and I have my earphones on. Obviously in the subway, they're not going to pay for my Uber. So we're just chilling, whatever. And then I look up and like everyone had shifted to one side of the subway cars. And I was like, something's going on. I look and there was a guy like pacing back and forth with like a knife in his hand. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to die today. And like, thank you all for telling me. Like, thank you.
Did no one want to like just grab me and
like,
be my friend?
To be fair, maybe they were screaming or something. And I was like, I was like listening to like 50 Cent or like Lil Wayne, living my best life, imagining.
In her
like,
Blair Waldorf outfit, listening to 50 Cent.
Living my best life. And anyways, we didn't die, thankfully. But I would not be caught dead in the New York subway. Nope.
You know, yeah, I've been on like specific like railroads and like weird people would approach me and then I would make eye contact with someone who clearly is seeing the situation and they'd be like, I'm sick.
But by the way, in New York, you don't make eye contact. That's how you survive New York City, guys. Listen to me. You do not make eye contact with anyone. That's like telling someone like F you in like the rest of the world.
What if I just
No,
I can't go.
Nope.
I'm such a no, I can't. I literally like if I accidentally make eye contact, I go,
hi.
You know the white person.
Yeah. My parents came to visit me actually, and I told my dad like he's so funny. He's just like in his own planet. So I was like, Baba, when we get on the subway, because we were going to Coney Island, I was like, when we get on the subway, you do not make eye contact with people, okay?
You do not tell them good morning.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. He was like, okay, whatever. So we get on the subway. I swear to God, not 5 minutes in, a homeless man comes and like he approaches my dad. Obviously, me and my mom are looking down, like plan is on the go. My dad goes like, no. I don't have money. Every money is with my wife. My mom looks at him. She's like, are you okay? Like, like you saved yourself, but like now you threw me on the bus. Like now the money is with my wife, and now we're all like looking at the guy, and he was like crazy. I'm like, Papa, I literally asked one thing from you. Don't look at people. I didn't ask you to look at him and tell him, no, I don't have money, but it is with my wife.
But she doesn't have it in cash though.
Yeah. Only cash.
Check her wallet.
Yeah,
Your poor mom's probably like, what?
No, she was shocked, honestly. And I think more than anything, she has like OCD and like, she's a germaphobe. She was like, take my money, but don't touch me.
Here is $1. Make sure that you take it from the other side.
Basically.
Okay, great. Hand sanitizer. How's your relationship with your mom? Who do you think you're closer to?
Top. Both of them. I love them both. I do think I'm their favorite child. They've never admitted. And like I still haven't got it out of them.
Your brother has your brother has given them grandkids now, so like technically.
Ouch. Were you paid to say this? Ouch.
Yes,
Touché,
I was at the
honestly.
beach with little Minnie, right?
Yeah, Minnie.
I was like, who your parents love the most?
I was swimming with them. I'm like, Sandy, here. It's your turn now.
We were at the beach over the weekend, and I was like, oh, I saw Aya, and I was like, perfect. This is the opportunity to tell her like, are you ready for Monday or whatever? And then she just sees, she's like, here's the baby.
But she enjoyed you.
Oh,
she was nice. Yeah, she was like comfortable. She needs to be on this podcast. She'd get cancelled.
Oh my God, she'd be like,
she
would talk about her love Muhammad.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
She has a little crush on one of her brother's friends.
I love that you know that.
Yeah, I swear. I was like, you go, girl. Early.
Yeah, exactly.
But who are you closer to, your mom or your dad?
Both.
In different ways, so.
Yeah, different ways. Like, They're both very interesting characters. I'm a lot like my mom, so we did used to clash a bit.
Okay.
But no, I love them both so much.
I mean, I feel like everyone clashes with their mom. Like, I feel like it's a rite of passage in your teenage years to be like, you and your mom are gonna like fight.
100%. But also, I'm the youngest, and there's a very huge age difference between me and my siblings. 15 years with my sister and 10 with my brother. So it's like, with my parents, I'm like, they're my friends. They're not really my parents.
Yeah, because you're the last one.
Yeah.
Like,
I tell them,
my bestie.
Tell them whatever I want. Like, they tell me, we're chilling, we travel together, we laugh. It's all fun, yeah.
Even when I was in my middle school era, I would see you travel with your mom and you guys are like taking selfies. I was like, that's so much fun.
But by the way, inshallah, when I have kids, that's one thing that I'm gonna instill that my parents did with me, travel. And not to the same destinations every summer. Like, I know us Arabs, I understand, we're creatures of habits, and we used to do that too. But being well-traveled is the greatest gift your parents could give 100%. You. Because you need to experience other cultures. You need to know what's out there in the world. We can't live in this bubble. And like, that's why I feel like I can get along with anybody.
Because you know how to talk to different people.
100%.
And how do you make friends? Like, what is your, like, because you can talk to anyone, and like before, like middle school me is screaming, like now we're like friends, so I'm like, F you. So how, like, literally, how do you make friends? Like, how is Aya's way of like, this person I like, pass the vibe check, let's go?
You know, now with this age of social media, I feel like it's very, very rare to meet someone and know nothing about them. Right? So if you sit with someone, you probably have seen them on someone's Instagram. You've like seen them around, whatever. So I try to always think in my mind, like, whatever I know of this person, delete it.
Yeah.
And just like see the vibe. And sometimes you hit it off from the first time, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in first impressions, by the way.
I agree. You never know who had a bad day.
100%.
Haram, like, honestly, give them the benefit of the doubt for that 1 minute, like.
100%. Like, I understand vibes, because sometimes you just don't vibe with people. It's okay.
Yeah.
You cannot like everybody.
Yeah.
Once you understand that concept, you don't have to disrespect them, you don't have to hate them, no. But you don't have to love everybody that you're around. And I feel like that's what makes me feel so comfortable with my relationships with people, is that we don't need to be super friendly for me to like be nice to you, for to have a casual conversation, and we could move about our day.
Khalas. And it's like we hung out for an hour, we hung out for 2. Alamaki.
That's
see you another day.
Goodbye.
Okay.
100%. Good. No need for everyone to be close.
What is like a tip you have for people who are like, you know, dealing with this? Because a lot of people, you know, they're like, oh, like they don't reciprocate the same amount of like love that I have for this friend. Like, do you have any advice for someone who's just like I'm trying to make effort with this person, they don't like me back as much in the friendship world? So
what my best friend, she actually gave me the best advice. So my best friend, we've been best friends for like 20 years now. She is, I call her an ice cube. She's not an ice cube.
Poor girl.
No, but she's cold. Like she's the funniest person I know, but she's not very expressive when you first meet her in terms of like, hello, how are you? No, she's like chilling. She's super cool and monotone. Anyways, so when I would come to her and I would be like, by the way, I saw this chick like when we were out with our friends, and I was like so nice to her, and her salam was like barid to me. She would be like, but why are you not matching people's energy? Why are you letting yourself get disappointed before you see that person's energy? So I took this advice, and it rules my life right now. So like, let's say I'll see you, I'll be like, hi Sandy, and then based off of your reaction, I'll build on that. Great. If you're giving me the same energy that I'm giving you, we're good. But if you're not, I'm gonna give you the same energy back. Have fun.
That's such a good way to look at it. Like, because that way you're never like setting yourself up for expectation. You're like, oh my God, I'm gonna see Irish, she's gonna make me laugh. And then I arrive and like, I'm having a bad day. I'm coming with like my 100 peak energy, and you're like
100%. Okay. And then you go home and you're like, ugh, like I feel like I feel kind of shitty because like I was so nice to this person. Like, who the hell do they think they are? They're rude. No,
they were just having
be nice to everyone, but like if they don't match your energy, you match whatever they give you, and that's it.
That's good. Who are you in the friend group? Like, what's your role?
In the friend group, I mean, I really, really hope, or like I think I am a friend that doesn't judge.
I love that. That's the most important thing ever.
Yeah. If you come to me with anything, I'm in no position to judge you.
100%.
I will give you advice though, and I will give you my honest advice, but I always preface and end it with, but do you? I'll always love you no matter
Oh
what.
my God, have you seen those TikToks or memes where it's like, I'm gonna give you the best advice, but I'm gonna say at the end, if you want them.
Yeah. Just putting it out there, like,
Just like-
you don't have to take it if you don't want to.
But if you want, my opinion. It's like,
But by the way, I'm not insulted by like if my friends don't take my advice.
Oh,
Even if you
not
tell me
either.
like, should I wear this dress or this dress? If you wear the one that I didn't choose, I'm not like, I wish you die tomorrow. Like,
Imagine
no,
it's like-
live your best life. Like,
You do you.
You don't want to take my advice, it's fine. And if you want to come to me with the same problem about the same guy for the next 20 years,
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here. I agree. I'm always here. Like my ears
Whatever.
are open. I may once and a few times be like, "Khalas."
No, I'll say it every time.
But then I'll be like, okay, let's talk about it again. But I don't mind because I'm the same. Like sometimes I need to talk about a situation for like a
100%.
year, and I need to know that like I can still talk to you for a year.
100%. Like I can't think of one friend that like I was like, oh, I don't want to listen to you today.
No, never. Never. We also have a mutual friend whose advice is always insane. Hala, after I won't say her name, but like her like anytime I have a problem, she also doesn't someone who doesn't judge. I go to her and she gives me like the most like straight up advice.
Straightforward,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
I love that.
And I love that for her. Like
I love people who give good, honest advice and like don't beat around the bush.
100%. I think it's so much more important. Like obviously delivery is really important. Like I hate when someone's
1000%.
like, you're shit. It's like, oh,
No, 100%.
can't you just say that I could do better?
But you know, you can also tell people's intentions when they're giving you advice. And another thing, you don't need to be asking advice with everybody.
So only 3 people. I read somewhere after the third person, you're literally asking for attention. That's what I heard.
Oh, that's so
Right?
interesting.
Like, you ask me, you, her, and like the people that you trust, and then the 4th person you ask, khalas, you're just trying to like air out your laundry.
100%. I actually agree with that.
So I try to keep it to 3. Obviously, sometimes it goes to 4.
Yeah,
But then it's the 3 that you really care about.
I love that.
And to end today, I want to ask you one thing. Who has given you the best compliment? Who, or like what, sorry, excuse me, guys. We're still learning how to speak on this podcast. What is the best compliment you've ever received?
The best.
If it's not my compliment about you being my like middle school icon,
Yes, so that
I'm
is
sorry.
my compliment. I mean, I've heard that a couple of times before.
From
Not to
me
toot
or
my
from
own
others?
horn. Like
No
other
way.
people.
Say what?
Oh Allah.
I
Apparently I was school, middle school, but you know, when people tell me like, oh my God, like you were cool in high school or middle school, I always think of that quote that says like, people who peak in high school are losers for the rest of their lives, and I'm like, no,
I didn't peak.
I didn't peak. I
In your
didn't peak
defense,
in
you didn't
school.
peak in your head.
Okay, fine.
Just the middle school girls. You know that scene in middle school? Regina George wore army pants and flip flops.
I already wore like stripper Louboutins
She's like-
at 16.
I already got the stripper Louboutins, so I got stripper.
I'm gone.
I sold them at the end.
I still have mine, and I'm gonna send you a picture of them. They're in my closet in Dubai. As soon as I go, I'm gonna send you a picture. I have one of my best friends, Fifi. She's Tunisian. Every time she comes to visit me in Dubai, she's like, "Wear them for me, please." I just
Let me-
come out, and she dies.
Break your ankle. Please don't break your ankle.
But yeah, back to the best advice. No, the best compliment I
Best
ever
compliment.
received. I think it was that you can put me in any. My friend was like, I could take you anywhere with me, with any person, and I could feel like you can speak to them. And I felt like that was
That's
the
such a lovely compliment.
best compliment for me.
Because you know why? It's from the inside, it's within.
It is.
And I love that for you. Aya, cheers. It was a pleasure to have
Matcha,
you
cheers!
here.
Thank you.
Thank
By
you
the way,
so
if you want the best matcha, I make the best matcha.
Okay, next time,
next
for part
time-
2, you can make the matcha.
I'm gonna send you the matcha for your next
Khalas.
podcast.
Thank you so much.
Love you.